Okay, playing a lead while you're playing the rhythm section. This can be one of the most challenging things when you're a solo performer. It's just you, your voice, and your guitar. What do you do during those breaks where the lead should be? Well, when I do Shanty by Jonathan Edwards, if I'm not fortunate enough to have a harmonica player in the crowd, because most of the lead is based on a harmonica, I improvise on my own, and I've come up with a very simple melodic line that gives my voice a rest, and it keeps the song going with a nice little melodic line. And what I didn't try to copy what the harmonica does on his recordings. I just came up with my own little melodic line that feels good to me. It keeps the song rolling. Let me just play it through for you how I do that little musical interlude. Okay, so I'm doing a little melodic line in there, and then I round it out by finishing off with a walking bass line. We'll probably do a quick lesson on walking bass lines as well, because that's really a good tool to have in your belt if you're a solo performer. But all I'm doing with this lead, the first two chords of it, very important to pay attention to what chords you're playing. And find notes that fit. But the first two chords are a G and a G7. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that bottom G, the third fret on the E string, and on the A string I'm going to play it open and hammer on to the B on the second fret. I'm going to follow that up with an open D string, second fret on the D string, open D string, second fret on the A string, open D string. That'll cover the G chord. So G, hammer on, open, 2, open, 2, open. Now I'm using my ring finger and my middle finger to do this, simply because I'm working off of the G chord at this point. So it's just comfortable, it flows nicely into it. Hear that droning that I'm letting the middle three strings pretty much ring out when I can. It usually tends to come on the up strum. Not really using that bottom string at all, and I'm only using the top string for that very first note. Okay, so now we're going to go to the G7th. I am going to use the high E string for the first strum on that, because I want the listener to know that the tonality has changed from a G major to that G dominant 7th. And again, I'm just keeping it very simple. I'm playing the G, basically just the bottom four strings. I'm actually playing it as if it was a D minor 6th. But I'm really focusing on that A note on the G string, second fret of the G string. Then open G string, the second fret on the D string, open D, second fret on the A string, right? So we got and we'll round out those last three notes are a D, an E, and a D. See how it's keeping a nice little melody line. The next chords are a C and a C minor. For the C, I use pretty much the same idea as what I did with the G. Hit that bottom D note, bottom C note on the 3rd fret of the A string. Hammer on from the open to the 2nd fret on the D string. Open G string. So that G string is open, 2nd open. And then on the D string, finish it off with the E, the 2nd fret, and an open G string. So far we've got the G. And then we're just going to strum down a C minor chord. And then I kind of just chicken scratch in there. That time I happened to hit the C, grabbing it with my thumb here. Then the 5th fret on the D string, 5th fret on the G string, 5th fret on the D string. Finish it up with a little up strum on those, that, you know, the bottom of the chord. 3, 4, 5. And then I'll go into the walking bass line. I'm on the G, going to an E minor, so the F sharp fits in nicely there. Oh, I'm not going to an E minor, we're going to an E. So G, F sharp, E, B, A, C sharp, D, F sharp, G. Those are our bass notes we're going to use. And what I'm doing to finish that off, G, hammer on, and then open D string, C, same hammer on, just a fret down on everything. G, and then just finish it up with a couple of dominant ninth chords. Those dominant ninths, that we're using a D flat dominant ninth, which is just from the D string, 3rd fret, and then bar the 4th fret for the bottom 3 strings. Whoops. Move it up once to a D dominant ninth. Okay, so that's just a little idea on how to do a real simple melodic line while you're keeping the rhythm going. For me, most times it seems I'm emphasizing the chord on the up strum and trying to grab the notes on the down strum. But in the key of G, it becomes easy because those 3 strings of D, G, and B, you can leave them open and they are a G chord. So you can have that G chord sort of droning behind whatever melodic line you decide to put in there. So thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel to get updates on the next lessons. Check out the lessons that I have out there already. And there's some original songs that I have on the site as well. Feel free to check them out. I was going to have a site for each, but I really didn't want to remember another email address. So, as always, let's keep the conversation rolling. Have a good time and rock on. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.